exchanges in 1989 in Poland. President Lech Kaczynski, who died in that crash, actively supported Georgia in his battle with Russia over Ossetia region in 2008. He also voted in EU for sanctions against Russia for their attempts to prevent the import of Polish meat, and did not applaud the idea to sign a treaty with Russia for long-term gas supply, looking for alternative gas resources. The President's brother, ex-Prime Minister Jarosław Kaczyński, who was also scheduled to board the plane, was actively involved in illustrating Army intelligence services. A full year has passed now, and we Polish citizens monitored the official investigation into the crash, and also run our own inquiry on the basis of the documents, tapes and videos which were available in public domain. And this part of the abundance of evidence in the state, which confirms that crash was not an accident. We continue to witness propaganda drives and the preliminary sense of media in Poland. His main purpose is to discharge Russians from any responsibility for the crash. Polish government, who in fact contributed to the tragedy and after the event passed the investigation to Russians, continues to hold the office. Federation of Russia ostensibly rejects the Polish demands for disclosure of documents, hence giving no grounds for fair trial. The wreckage of the plane, black boxes and other key material documents in the case are still being in possession of Russia, even though the investigation there has already finished. Request for intervention addressed to USA government did not bring the result, even though our troops are supporting USA in Iraq and Afghanistan. Similarly, the public hearing on the subject in European Parliament passed without an echo. We therefore have no other choice but stand here in front of you to appeal for international pressure to be exerted to remove from power the current government guilty of treason, and those responsible for the crash must be named, and we remind that blood of our ancestors who played significant role in battle for Britain in Second World War is soaked in the British soul, so we now expect the British and the British government to express the brotherhood with Polish nation and Polish citizens who are fighting for justice today and throughout the year. We do. The fact that the tragedy took place in Smolensk is not accidental. The region Smolensk is lying in line where Polish and Russian interests always clashed. In years 69 and 1911, when Lithuania constituted the largest country in Europe, Smolensk was under the siege of Polish rule and protected, and the citizens of Smolensk necessarily bravely but finally capitulated. Polish troops entered Moscow, and the Russian noble class offered the elected Polish king Zygmunt III a throne for himself in return for equality in rights between Russian and Polish nobles, subject to our agreements. The unity between three countries, Poland, Lithuania and Russia, was at that time become reality. Unfortunately, the elected Polish king Zygmunt III had absolutism and was not satisfied with Russian offer, and which eventually had led to push out of the Polish troops from Moscow. This mischance for peaceful cohabitation between these two nations had its further consequences. The king of Poland lost its authority and the country fell into a period of disintegration. The Polish noble class was focused on expanding the land and running local wars. Those from the noble class, some of the noble class became corrupted by foreign ministers. In the meantime, the neighboring countries, Prussia and Russia, were growing in power. Shortly afterwards, the Poland was subject to partition. 200 years after the bloody siege of Smolensk, Polish troops under Napoleon entered the city of Smolensk tactics used by